Architects, engineers, and designers will welcome the addition of a new Design Workspace as part of Extension 2. You can access the Design Workspace from the Quick Access bar, which will load a different interface, including the new Design Workspace layout, which was inspired by Revit and Inventor workflows. The Design Workspace is organized logically and exposes the main features of the software in a logical order to guide the user toward a successful visualization, which will ease the learning curve for users less familiar with the software. From the Get Started tab, moving towards the right, users are introduced to a suggested order of action recommended for visualization. For this particular example, I choose to file link a native Revit file. After linking the Revit data, a quick object inspection to ensure the data is using the correct unit scale. To do so, I measure a known object in my scene, which will confirm that I have the proper scale. In the Object Inspection tab, I can also choose to hide content and gizmos that are cluttering the viewport. Next tab will introduce basic modeling tools, where I can add small objects that might not have been designed in Revit. For example, I can add a pillar to help support the roof canopy. In the Materials tab, I get to change, adjust, or enhance the materials I have previously applied in Revit. First, let's display the material in the viewport by selecting the realistic material style. Then, I can apply new materials, edit existing ones, or replace the material to improve the visualization results and explore material variations. In the Object Placement tab, I can start to build an entourage which will help contextualize my design by placing additional models. To help here, I will merge additional content. To do so, I can quickly go back to the Get Started tab and select the Merge tool. As an example, I will merge a tree. Back in the Object Placement tab, I can set up the Paint Object tool to paint with the tree I have just merged into my scene. With only few adjustments to the Paint Object setting, I add randomness and realism so the tree painted don't look all the same, and quickly I add multiple trees around my scene. The next tab is Populate, a quick and easy tool added in 3ds Max and 3ds Max Design 2014, which enables artists to generate moving, idle, or sitting crowds to enrich the visualization with realistic human activity. First, let's add a sitting character on the bench I have just added to my scene. Sitting characters can interact between each other when seats are facing. By drawing an idle region, I can also add few idling characters by the entrance door. Adding characters and entourage helps the viewer to understand the scale of the design. In the View tab, I can select the camera view that was file linked as part of the Revit data. I can also choose to look at my scene from the list of quick access elevations or plan views, or easily create a camera from a selected perspective view to add interesting camera angles. Satisfied with what you're seeing? Let's move to the Lighting and Rendering tab, where I can fine-tune the lighting solution and adjust the exposure control. The Print Size Assistant will help determine the pixel size needed to render an A4 type paper size. Then, I am ready to render my final image. You can continue on adding details for your visualization and aggregate more content from a long list of supported files by 3ds Max and 3ds Max Design. From importing design data to creating final high-quality stills or animations, the Design Workspace introduces the main tools of the software in a logical way, guiding the new Revit and Inventor user toward a successful visualization.